Hello everyone and welcome to Mr. Location. This is a channel I plan to use to make FNAF theories and discuss the series as a whole. For this video, my goal is simple. I just want to prove my worth. I need to prove to you, the viewer, that I'm actually a good theorist and not just some random loon talking nonsense. If you're a FNAF fan and you've watched theories on YouTube before, then you already know. According to YouTube, the game's already solved. So you're gonna think to yourself, why should I listen to this guy? What does he have to say that all these other people have not said already? That's why this video is going to focus on a small but still debated topic about FNAF 1 and 2, but mostly FNAF 2.
Hello? Hello?
For those of you who aren't aware or simply don't remember, FNAF 2's first phone call has Phone Guy, or Ralph for my bookworms out there, welcome our protagonist Jeremy Fitzgerald to his summer job at the new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Hello? Hello and welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
This blatantly contradicts the reveal at the end of the game, which is that the game takes place in November of 1987, months after the summer. To further this, the FNAF 1 Steam page also calls the job a summer job, despite also taking place in November. So what's going on here? Could this be the retcon? Maybe Phone Guy is Purple Guy, so he lies to the protagonist. Is Scott just dumb and he doesn't know how to read a calendar? No, my explanation for this is pretty simple. It's a joke. Let me explain. One of the biggest running jokes in FNAF as a series is how sleazy of a company Fazbear Entertainment is. They are pretty much just as responsible for the missing children's incident as William Afton is, doing a lot to cover up his crime and make Freddy Fazbear's brand look as squeaky clean as possible. The company is not opposed to cutting corners in absolutely obscene ways, like being too cheap to properly power the building and the doors of FNAF 1, which are the only things that stop the night shift employees from an inevitable death. Fazbear Entertainment is consistently characterized as a company that's only concerned in self-image and monetary gain, and they would never waste a dime on employee safety, and that includes onboarding and training. They don't actually care to properly train their employees for their jobs. That's why my theory is that the reason why Phone Guy welcomes our player to their summer job is because he's actually reading off of a paper. Believe it or not, the very first night of FNAF 1 actually confirms that Phone Guy does indeed read off of papers to new employees. It happens in the very beginning of the game. He says it to Michael.
I know it can be a bit overwhelming, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about. You'll do fine. So let's just focus on getting you through your first week, okay? Let's see. First, there's an introductory greeting from the company that I'm supposed to read. It's kind of a legal thing, you know.
Then, after telling Michael that he's about to read out the paper, he then proceeds to say this.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life.
Now, it's not exactly the same as what he says in the FNAF 2 Night 1 phone call, but it is still very clear that he is reading off of a paper. Like, if he has to do it in FNAF 1, why wouldn't he have to do it in FNAF 2? He's reading off of a paper that the company gives him that he has to say to every new employee. And this is like why I say that it's a joke, because the running joke is that Phone Guy is so used to just reading off of papers to new employees that he doesn't stop to realize, oh, I just welcomed this guy to his summer job even though it's the middle of November. Like, he doesn't stop to even realize it because he's so used to the monotony of just reading off of the paper every time there's a new employee. It's just a joke, and a lot of people take it as some kind of big lore dump or something similar to that. They think that there's some kind of mistake going on, but in actuality it's just a clever joke by Scott. Now, I know this theory is pretty boring. I know it doesn't really change the lore in any meaningful way, and I know that's what a lot of people like FNAF for and probably want to see out of theories. They want to see these theories that just change the lore, and they're like, oh my god, that's so crazy. But when you really think about it, if Phone Guy has to read off of a paper in Final Activities 1, then he most likely would also have to read off of a paper in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And that's simply the most logical explanation behind why he would say summer job in November. He just didn't realize that the paper was outdated or just had an error on it. It aligns with what we know about Fazbear Entertainment as a company and is just a style of humor that exists within the series. Like I said, this theory was going to be inoffensive, nothing crazy. I just wanted to prove that I can make a good theory. So the bigger theories will come, trust me. But for now, thanks for watching.